everybody. This is Ryan McClanahan with HistoryThroughCards.com. I hope you're all doing very well today. So, there's a really nice vintage tennis set that I want to show you. The 1936 John Players tennis set in particular. And this is really kind of a great way for anyone who wants to get into vintage tennis to start. First off, it's fairly cheap. And second off, there's a lot of Hall of Famers to choose from. What I decided to do is to show you the set, and I am going to be writing a fairly lengthy article on it as well. So I'm going to leave just a little bit of information just in case that you guys want to actually dive into the set on your own. And as I always say, I really want you guys to do your own research on the players and on the sport, but I'm going to try to help you out as much as possible. And the other thing too about this set is that it's out there. It's not rare at all. It's one of the easiest sets that you'll be able to find from England, and that's really because that the English Tobacco Company that issued it, John Players, it's actually one section of a very large tobacco company, the Imperial Tobacco Company, which I think was made up of five different tobacco companies, and it would be considered a monopoly, in fact. And I've kind of spoken about this a little bit. They don't really have um, the monopoly laws that we have here in the United States, so they were able to do that for a number of years, in fact, until World War II came along and the Nazis decided to blow up the factory, and they still are around today, but they don't. Well, it stopped issuing cards after World War II or during World War II. 1940 was the ending of tobacco cards as we know them. But the British really they took their tobacco card collecting very seriously, and we today have some amazing cards through them, and a lot of times, I think if you really want to get into tennis and vintage tennis, this is really kind of like the only way you're going to be able to get a lot of these Hall of Famers. So one factoid about this set is that we actually do have a hobby pioneer who played with and against a lot of the um, tennis players that are featured in this set. And of course, I am talking about Dr. Lawrence Kurzrock. And Lawrence Kurzrock really plays a prominent role in the hobby in the 1940s, 50s, and especially in the 1960s. Um, he did collect back in the 1930s, and he did actually face off at least against two other tennis Hall of Famers that I'm aware of, uh, George Lott and Francis X. Shields. And I'll be talking more about Dr. Kurzrock in an article uh, in the near future. That's what I have to say about that. Now, I like tennis. I started collecting tennis at really kind of an early hobby age, if you will. I think I was still in high school when I started collecting vintage tennis, and I do have two of these sets, in fact, that I'm going to show you. And the one thing you might want to keep in mind is that this set is found a lot of times in an album, and I'm not entirely sure what the valuation is for the cards still kind of pasted in the album. I think it's half of that, if not more. The set is one of my favorites, and I thought maybe it would be a great way to introduce you guys to tennis. And it's a great way to introduce novice collectors or collectors who want to try to get into something a little bit different than baseball or football, basketball, hockey, whatever the case may be. Um, and that's why, again, uh, this is probably my go-to tennis set, or my go-to vintage tennis set, I should say. And If you guys have any questions or anything, or need a little bit of help, I'm always around. You guys can give me an email or shoot me a message down below in the comment section, and I'm always around. But in the meantime, I think you guys are going to really enjoy this.